Hey guys, it's your buddy Rome. In today's video, we're going to take a quick look at an easy way to assemble kind of a studio rig for your action camera. Now, this is taking into consideration you want to actually be able to use this either for live streaming, creating content, shoppable videos, something like that, but you want a stable platform to be able to easily attach the camera and move it to different locations. These are some of the tools that I think will come in very handy. Now, the first thing we're going to take a look at is going to be the C-clamp that you guys see here. Now, what's nice about this is you have two components. You have this adjustable section here where you can basically align whatever you have attached to it. You can even attach the camera directly to this if you have a 1/4-20 mount, as you guys see here, which is really nice, as well as you have the jaws themselves, and this is going to lock down onto things like a desk or table or even a pole. It just depends on, the size of the area that you're going to be working with. So this comes in really handy. Most of these will have some type of little pads in here that'll protect whatever it is you're going to be connecting these to. So that's a great starting point for your assembly. Now, one of the things that I've used in the past is going to be one of these little extension tubes. This has a 1/4-20 on it as well. And as you guys can see, you can expand this out as you need to. That's going to give you some height and some reach depending on how you're going to be using this setup. Another thing that comes in really handy, guys, is going to be a ball head mount. And that, again, similar to this is going to give you a lot of flexibility when it comes to being able to adjust the position of your camera or your light or whatever it is you want to rearrange. Now, using this action camera here, this is the Extra Edge. We've talked about this camera, but this would be no different if you're using a GoPro, if you were using an Action 5 or some other type of small compact action camera. This is going to be basically the same. You will need some type of mounting system. So this one uses these magnetic clamping mounts. And simply enough, like I said, there's a lot of different ways you can go about doing this. So what I would do here, and the way I've used this in the past, is I would connect this portion here to this. Now, if I needed the 1/4-20, obviously I would, connect the 1/4-20 to this using the ball head mount. But for this specific setup, we don't need that. And then I can also attach this section here to this. And this is going to still give me a lot of flexibility when it comes to adjusting this wherever I want to place it once I have this mounted on something. And I'll show you guys what that looks like when I mount this on the desk, just to give you an idea. But this is kind of what it will look like mounting on the desk. And you can do it in a different direction. You can actually change this to this orientation where it's going to give it a little bit more support. I like having it sometime forward facing where all of the components are facing away from the desk. So that just gives you a little bit more control when you lock everything down. So what we're going to do here next, I'm going to show you guys exactly what this looks like when I actually connect it to a desk. All right, guys, so let's get right to it. As you guys can see how thick this desk is right here. So first things first, I would suggest locking this first section down just so it doesn't move around a lot while you're doing your other adjustments. You're going to clamp this onto the desk. Just going to do something like that, and that'll lock onto the desk. It doesn't have to be super tight. And then at this point, you can now adjust this section here to place it pretty much wherever you want it. And then from there, let's go up a little bit here so I can show you guys. You guys can see where the mounting point is right here. And then, of course, you could take the camera, even without a cage, you could still mount it. You could have a microphone connected to this, however you want to run it. Now, of course, if you're going to be using a wireless microphone with this specific cage or this setup here, I would go with a cage like this because it does give you that cold shoe on the top that allows you to easily mount something else onto it. So let's just go ahead and do that. Simply enough, we're just going to open this guy up like so, pop it in, lock it down, and just like that, as you guys can see, we have our camera now mounted. We could further adjust this if we need to. We can move it closer, we can move it further back, but really simple. And you also have the extension here where you can raise or lower this based on where you need it. So this is a simple way to set up a camera for desktop production, especially if you're going to be using an action camera. I think this is going to be really easy. You guys see how this is set up here on the desk, and it's easy to take apart whenever you're done. pop the whole thing off. So really simple, easy to do. When you're done with it, easily enough, you can take this apart and you can either disassemble it completely or just leave it as it is. Maybe just taking the camera off if that's something you want to do. And you can leave everything else connected to your little rig. And then you can run and gun with the camera separately if you wanted to. Easy peasy, guys. All right, guys, it's been your buddy Rome with Rome Knows Tech. I just want to show you a quick way of setting up a action camera to use it for tabletop recording or for live streaming or whatever the case you guys want to use it for. All right, guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, ring that notification bell to be notified for the next video. And hopefully this video has been helpful, giving you guys some inspiration on easy ways that you can set up your gear for everyday content creation. All right, guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace. I'm out.